What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and of course I'm joined by
Gershwan.
Welcome back to another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below with question in front of your question because we get those questions first. That is what G did. He asks, have there been any extragalactic signals / exploration conducted in the 40K universe? Not by the Imperium. Really not by any other race except the old ones. The old ones are, well, I guess the Tyranids. But the old ones are the only ones that have left the Milky Way galaxy and actually explored outside of their zone.
Auto zone.
Yeah. Oh, and the old one. No, not the old ones. I just said the old ones. The Silent King. The Silent King left. Yeah. But rumor has it that once he saw the Tyranid invasion, he was like, oh shit, I need to warn my people. And he came back. And right now he's like lost in space somewhere. But yeah, so it's Necrons, Old Ones, and Tyranids. They're the only ones that have like left the galaxy. We don't know what's outside of the galaxy. Except more Tyranids. Next question.
This one is by Sergeant Hans. If Vulcan returned, would he be overpowered in your opinion? And would it change the galaxy dramatically? Also, this is like the 5th time I've asked, so please read this.
Moving on.
I think so. Because first of all, Vulcan was the biggest Primarch. He was the perpetual out of all the Primarchs. So having somebody that, well, he can die, but he's going to come back, is going to be a huge benefit to them. So yeah, I mean, I just want to see a brand new model for it. So yeah, I'm down for it.
I really like the Forge World model for it.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Next question comes from Grandive. Do you ever plan to make a normal Warhammer Fantasy Q&A? I know very little of Warhammer Fantasy or Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, I mean, some things are similar, but like, yeah, we don't play it, so yeah.
Next one.
Bunny Hop. She's got 2 questions. The first one is, can a Grey Knight join the Death Watch? I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense either because they're supposed to be secretive.
Right, they're secretive. Their only real objective is to fight Chaos, and Death Watch is more about fighting Xenos. So yeah, probably not. And then second question is, what army would you guys never play?
I think I wouldn't. It's not that I don't want to play them, but I've never really been interested in knights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Says the guy with an Armiger Knight.
Oh, that's different. That's Skitarii.
I think
those things are cool.
Yeah, they do look pretty cool. But I think I'd go with the Imperial Guard. It never really got my attention. It's like you have humans where you could literally be aliens, superhuman, space marines, chaos. Why pick just regular humans? But at the same time, like, it's like you're fighting an uphill battle. So like when you do win, like it's lore-wise, it's like a moral victory. Like, oh, you know, we push back the demon, we push back the heretic. But I mean,
you don't like the Imperial Guard models, like the actual soldiers?
When I think of Imperial Guard, I picture the Cadians, and I just don't like their uniform.
Their aesthetic.
Their aesthetic.
What about tanks? You don't like tanks?
That'd probably be the only way how I'd play them.
Bunch of tanks?
Tank heavy, yeah. But yeah, probably that.
Next one comes from Shamir Palma. This is an easy one. Is it possible to clone the Emperor? No.
Mm-mm.
You can't even touch him. It's gross.
Only looky, no touchy.
You can lick. Well, no, licking is touching, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
It is.
Next one.
Tuggin Base. So we know that the Eldar are after the Crone Swords to save their kin. And recently, they found 4 out of the 5 swords, if I remember correctly. I think you are right. Could it be possible that the last sword they seek is the one which Commander Farsight has? Because that sword gives the wielder a longer life, which may be connected to the mysterious Eldar god of dead, Inyad. So what do you think about this, and what do you think the last Crone Sword is? Greetings from Turkey.
Whoa.
That's like halfway across the world.
Yep.
So yeah, so they've got crone swords. I believe Lilith Hesperax. No, what's her name? Yvraine. Yvraine has one. The Vizark has one. The Spear of Twilight. That's I forget his name. Yariel. That was another crone sword. And there's one more that's being used by the Inikarn, the avatar of Iniad. So yeah, there is one left, and I thought they were gonna incorporate it into the lore when the new Tau Codex came out, because previous to that you had the new lore on Gilliman, the new lore on Iniad. So I thought let's continue the story and have Farsight be, the next stage in their story building. But no, we haven't really heard anything after that. So, theory-wise, I hope that's what it is. It'd be pretty cool, because then you'd have Eldar and Tau allying again. And, yeah, so, I don't know.
I bet it is. I bet that once they come out with a new Farsight model, they're going to talk about it. Because, some guy was telling me about at the GW store, the only way God School's gonna come back is if he comes back with a bunch of books. So I think same thing with the lore on the or the advancement of any lore.
It has to come with their own
books. Yeah. So
but I guess technically they could just make it to whatever they want to be the next crone sword, because it doesn't have to be a sword to be a crone sword, as we've seen in the spear. So
it's just a blade.
Mm-hmm.
Next question comes from Metro Ranger. Do Grey Knights have successor chapters? No, I don't think they have any successor chapters, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
The Silver Skulls are not a successor chapter, they just look similar?
I want to say there was rumors that there was one, but I don't think it's been
confirmed.
Yeah, official.
Next one.
This one's by MD Siren. What will the Cadians do now that their homeworld has been destroyed? Will they find a new one, or will they battle on the crusade to avenge Cadia?
Yeah, so a lot of Imperial Guard regiments that came from Cadia that were stationed somewhere else or whatever, they're just gonna keep fighting. Mm-hmm. They're gonna hold the Cadian thing or the whole situation of the 13th Black Crusade in their memories, and they're just gonna fight harder. Even though I don't really know how much time has passed since the fall of Cadia and then Gilliman's Ultramarine campaign, because I think that's where we are now. We're in the Ultramar campaign where Chaos is trying to destroy Ultramar, but the sector is being expanded by Gilliman, and Gilliman is bringing in all the successor chapters and molding it back into Legion strength Ultramarines. But it seems like that would take a while. And if that's the case, wouldn't the Cadians just die? I mean, you only live 40 years, average lifespan of an Imperial Guardsman. Probably not even. But, so I wonder if they're still even around. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is interesting, because I feel like the one thing that story-wise doesn't really make sense is how it's all these events are happening in thousands of years, and it's well, how is this character still alive? It's this event happened 2,000 years ago. Shouldn't they be dead by now? But then there's always oh no, they were in cryo freeze, or they got put into the warp. That's how they came out now. So yeah,
we'll see. Next one. I have one from X Gemini. In a hypothetical scenario where you two are veteran space marines that have seen and done everything, faced with an impossible horde of enemies coming down to you, who would you want to follow into battle amongst the loyal Primarchs, living and dead?
Sanguinius, hands down.
But then that means that you would be in danger of having... Well, you would have the Red Thirst.
Red Thirst, Black Rage. It's alright. As long as I get to stand next to my husbando angel, then yeah.
I would do You said, oh, you did say loyalist, right?
Loyalist, dead or alive.
I was gonna say, well, technically, Alfarius might be a loyalist. So I'll do Alfarius just because he's like covert, secretive, and he's supposed to blend in with other humans, or at least the Space Marines are, right? They're shorter.
Yeah. He's the same size as an average Space Marine.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, Primarchs are, like, bigger than them.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, he was supposed to be able to be the same size.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, otherwise, well, yeah, Dorn would be cool. Dorn.
That's a Dorger.
Next question.
Wreck Shark. Hey, Sound Alchemist, are you excited that the Farsight 8s are coming into the chapter approved? They should have been in the Codex.
I mean, yeah, no, I agree. That's how I feel about the...
That's how I feel about chapter approved in general. I feel like everything that's in chapter approved should have already been in the Codex. But, like, I get it. Like, you needed play testing time. You guys have a schedule to put out, so obviously... But looted wagons, looted vehicles, like, they should have been in the Codex. That's too close to, like, have them separate.
Yeah, not to mention, it's a looted vehicle. You know it's not going to be good. Like, it's not going to be a good playable thing.
But it gives you a whole bunch of options to, like, convert and stuff, so...
And GW makes money from you buying the Codex approved. How much is the Codex approved?
Yeah, it's probably like 50, right?
Probably.
Something like that. But yeah, I am a little bit excited to see what they can do, what new abilities they have, but should have been in the Codex.
Yeah. The next question comes from Matthew. And this is going to be the last question. Could the orcs have taken over a demon world inside the rift, since they are spore creatures? I am not sure if their reproduction is affected by the warp. The spore of an orc is supposed to, like, be able to live anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Even in fire.
Except the demon world. I mean, I don't know. I think if, like, there's orcs inside of the warp, they're going to get mutated. So they're not even going to appear like orcs anymore. I know I've said this before, but when the rift came out, or when the rift opened up, a lot of orc WAAAGH just, like, dived in because they believed that it was Gork. It was Gork's mouth, and all the demons coming out were vomit. So they were like, he's spewing out all the bad stuff because he wants us to go in to the good stuff, which just means that you're getting eaten by a giant god. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that you could play around with the lore and say that there is a demon world controlled by orcs, or at least, like, raging in battle by orcs, and not what's his name, war boss, demon killer. What's his name?
Something Tooth Demon Killer.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, those are the questions for today. Thank you for sending them our way. If you have more questions, comment down below. If you want to ask us, if your question did not get answered, I would recommend just asking that question over and over again in all 4 videos that we post.
Because we'll get to it eventually.
Eventually.
And as always, this is the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
We are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.